your information, Brandon. And how about
I think there's a strong consensus in that we need to raise the bar for our kids. We teach differently. We don't necessarily just simply teach facts. We teach kids in scenarios of project learning or problem-based learning, and we look at performance-based types of assessments as opposed to simple bubble sheet tests. That may have been sufficient for a less complex society and world that our kids graduated to 20 years ago, 15 years ago. But today, rote memorization of information is a thing of the past. If we are going to truly prepare kids for, and I like to use this expression always, prepare students for their future, not our future.
21st century skills aren't new. I think they've always been taught by good teachers, but what we're doing is looking at a different emphasis, where instead of content and all the emphasis being on the content, now it's on the actual learning skill that a student uses to be able to achieve that content. So 21st century skills look at things like reasoning, a reasoning skill that a child might have, an entrepreneurial approach to things, critical thinking, reasoning through so that they really could decide on what might happen if one thing would lead to another. So that regardless of what the content is, they have the ability to approach things with a new and inquiring mind.
21st century skills classroom or school is a place where students are engaged. If I could sum it up in one, set of terms, it would be that the students are engaged and learning throughout the day through a number of different methods and resources and mediums. I think that the key is that no matter what technology we're using or what the classroom might look like, it's so important that the students are engaged in the learning process, that they're working together and they're active participants in the learning.
We're going to go to weather.com and we're going to look at the 5-day forecast, and then we're going to find the mean, median, mode, and range, and then we're going to graph that data on a line graph, okay?
21st century learning means that students aren't just learning what they need to know for the test. I feel that 21st century learning means that they're learning skills that they need to know for the future.
Damon, what do we have to do next?
We have to count how many numbers we had in all.
Okay, so how many days that we had?
Yeah.
So how many days of numbers did we do?
5.
5. So what do we have to do to the number 5 then?
Divide it by 322.
322 divided by 5. Very good, Damon. Okay, so we're going to divide it by 5 and equal. And what did you get as your answer? What did you get, Nina?
64 and 4/10.
Okay, very good. 64 and 4/10 or 64.4. 64.4 what?
Before, it was more teacher directed, and now it's more like facilitating. My students feel comfortable that they can tell me that because they know that I'm not going to get angry with them. They know that I appreciate that they're paying attention, that they're really focusing on the lesson.
Okay, boys and girls, today we're going to learn about homophones. Does anybody remember what homophones are? Tyrese, what are homophones?
The same words?
What's about them? What's about them? Reese, can you help them out? 21st century learning to me is being 3 types of learners. It's an auditory, visual, and kinesthetic. So doing the 3 things, the PowerPoint presentation, is something that they can hear and it's going to grab their attention. And that's something that we want to do, is grab their attention immediately.
I want my children, I want everyone else's children to be much smarter than me so they'll be able to face the problems of the world, be able to handle and understand the problems of the world where our mindset may not be able yet to be able to understand that.
If we can really get people to open up and to teach using 21st century skills, and not just teach using them, but to learn by them for life, I think it'll make a change for all of us, and it certainly would make a better world for us to live in.